Magandang araw mga ka-PTEC. Let's have a quick review on the topic General Science as we prepare for your licensure examination for teachers this coming March. Here are 40 item tests that would cover both for the General Science topic under the Gen Ed, and then we also have included some of the points here under po ng ating major ng mga major ng science. Okay, so let me share with you my screen. All right, there you go. So this is again Polaris Training and Education Consultancy, and you're watching our session number 16 for General Science, and we're going to give you 40 item mock test under the topic. So let's go. Let's start off. Question number 1. Which natural cycle involves the movement of water between the Earth's surface and the atmosphere? A. Nitrogen cycle, B. Carbon cycle, C. Water cycle, or D. Oxygen cycle. Keyword natin ay movement of water. Movement of water between the Earth's surface and the atmosphere. Obviously, the answer for question 1 is water cycle. Question 2, what is the primary source of energy for the water cycle? A. Sun, B. Wind, C. Rain, or D. The Earth's core. For question number 2, the keyword natin ay source of energy. So there are two primary areas na pwedeng pong pagpilian dyan. You have letter A for the sun and D for the Earth's core, because these are the two areas that would provide the necessary energy. But the answer for this ay yung letter A, which is the sun, the primary source of energy, not only for the water cycle, but for the entire ecosystem in general. Question 3, which process in the water cycle involves water vapor turning back into liquid water? A. Evaporation, B. Condensation, C. Precipitation, or D. Transpiration. Keyword for the question is water vapor to liquid water. So if there is water vapor that turns back into a liquid water, ang tawag po natin dito ay condensation. Evaporation definitely is liquid water into water vapor. Precipitation is the bringing back, the process of bringing back the water from the atmosphere down to the Earth's surface, and it comes in many different forms. Transpiration naman is the loss of water among plants. Question 4, the water cycle is essential for blank. A. Plant growth only, B. Animal survival only, C. Balancing Earth's temperature and supporting life, or D. Transportation purposes only. Obviously, the water cycle is essential for balancing of the Earth's temperature and supporting life. Water being the occupying the most area in the Earth's surface, it is but natural that it is the one that absorbs most of the energy that comes from the sun that balances the Earth's temperature. Question 5. Which natural cycle involves the movement of carbon among living organisms, the atmosphere, and the Earth's crust? Obviously, for number 5, carbon movement, correct answer is letter B. It's the carbon cycle. Question 6, what is the primary source of carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere? A. Human activities, B. Volcanic eruptions, C. Plant respiration, or D. Animal respiration. So carbon dioxide comes primarily from human activities. Due to the increased population of the Earth over the last how many years or hundreds of years, nakita natin na yung human activities ang isa sa pinakamalaki, anthropogenic activity kung tawagin natin. Ito yung nagbibigay ng pinakamarami na carbon dioxide release into the atmosphere. Volcanic eruptions, yeah, but hindi ito kagaya noong dami ibinibigay na carbon dioxide in the atmosphere by all the other activities mentioned. Question 7, in the carbon cycle, plants absorb carbon dioxide during the process of plant? A, photosynthesis, B, respiration, C, decomposition, or D, transpiration. So keyword natin, plants absorb carbon dioxide in what process? Definitely, ang sagot natin dito ay ang photosynthesis. You have to take note that the photosynthesis is the process by which the plant is able to synthesize, no, glucose C6H12O6 in the presence of light, no, and of course the uh, materials that are being used include the carbon dioxide and ano pa yung isa? Carbon dioxide and water, right? So number 8, which of the following is a way that carbon dioxide is removed from the atmosphere? So removed from the atmosphere, respiration, photosynthesis, volcanic eruptions, or decomposition of organic matter. Nakita natin yung sagot kanina, photosynthesis by plants. Why? Sabi nga natin, in the process of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is being used coming from the atmosphere. So it is but natural na in the context of ecological balance, the increased number of trees or green organisms that made use of the carbon dioxide in the process of photosynthesis will definitely be one of the strategies on how we can lessen the amount of carbon dioxide. Unfortunately, in the process, the anthropogenic activity na nangyayari is that tumataas ang anthropogenic activity that releases carbon dioxide, and at the same time bumababa yung number of forest cover that would sana absorb, no, the amount of carbon dioxide that are being released that would balance the ecosystem, but it's the other way around. Carbon cycle. Number 9, the carbon cycle plays a crucial role in plant, maintaining the ozone layer, regulating Earth's temperature and supporting life, soil erosion, or ocean currents. It's letter B, regulating Earth's temperature and supporting life. Question 10, which natural cycle involves the movement of nitrogen between the atmosphere, living organisms, and the soil? So nitrogen is the nitrogen cycle for letter A. For question 11, which of the following processes converts atmospheric nitrogen into a form that plants can use? So ano nga ba ang form, no, ng nitrogen na nagagamit ng plants? Primarily, ito yung tinatawag natin na nitrates. And nitrates can be produced by the process of nitrogen fixation by many different or by some forms or some examples, no, kagaya ng yung paggamit ng bacteria na tinatawag nating mga nitrogen fixing bacteria, no? They have the capacity to transform or convert nitrogen into nitrates. Which organisms are primarily responsible for nitrogen fixation? Plants, bacteria, fungi, and insects. Kaya nang nabanggit ko kanina, meron tayong tinatawag na nitrogen fixing bacteria, no, that are located or that can be found mostly coming from yung roots ng mga legumes. Ito yung mga bacteria that would convert, no, the nitrogen into nitrates so that the nitrate can be absorbed, no, by the plants in the form of a fertilizer. Question 13, what role do decomposers play in the nitrogen cycle? A, they convert nitrogen gas into usable form for plants. They release nitrogen into the atmosphere. They break down organic matter and release nitrogen back into the soil. Or D, they fix nitrogen from the soil into organic compounds. Correct answer for number 13 ay you are correct. It's letter C. They break down organic matter and release nitrogen back into the soil. That's the role of the decomposers. Kaya from the term itself, they break down, no, the different organic matter. 14, how do plants obtain nitrogen for growth? A, through photosynthesis, B, through respiration, C, through absorption from the soil or atmosphere, or D, through decomposition of organic matter. Sabi ko kanina, because of the nitrogen fixation process that would convert nitrogen into the nitrate form. As an example, these nitrates are found in the soil and thereby they are absorbed from the soil by the plant, okay, via their roots. 15, the nitrogen cycle is essential for plant. A, maintaining soil pH levels only. B, providing nutrients for plant growth and supporting life. C, controlling atmospheric pressure, or D, controlling ocean currents only? For number 15, the correct answer is letter B, providing nutrients for plant growth and supporting life. You have to take note, mga kapitek, na yung ating composition ng atmosphere is primarily made up of nitrogen. No? Nitrogen yung marami. But they cannot be readily be used by plants or animals, but rather they have to be converted into another form so that they can be absorbed. Question 16, which natural cycle involves the movement of oxygen between the atmosphere, living organisms, and the Earth's crust? That's oxygen cycle. Question 17, how is oxygen produced in the environment? A, through photosynthesis by plants and algae, B, through respiration by plants and animals, or C, through volcanic eruptions, or D, through decomposition of organic matter. Mga kapitek, ang photosynthesis process ang pinapaniwalaan na mga essential na mga activities, no, ng mga naunang mga organisms like the algae that induce, no, the production of the needed oxygen for the life balance to exist in the atmosphere. We have to take note, nitrogen and oxygen will roughly combine for around 98 to 99% of the entire atmospheric content, and the remaining 1% will be for other gases. And it was believed to be that yung mga scientists believe that the algae and the plants before, no, in the early Earth, sila yung nagbigay ng ganun kadami ng oxygen in our atmosphere. Question 18, which organisms are responsible for the releasing of oxygen in the atmosphere? Herbie, carni, producers, or decomposers? Siyempre, sino ba naman ang nagre-release ng oxygen kundi ang mga plants and algae and of course, lahat ng mga green organisms or green plants, no, that we know that are able to conduct photosynthesis process that releases oxygen into the atmosphere. What role does oxygen play in living organisms? For question number 19. A, it is required for respiration and energy production. B, it is required for photosynthesis. Or C, it is required for decomposing organic matter. Or D, it is required for pollination. Oxygen playing in living organism, yan, it is required for respiration and energy production. You have to take note that oxygen is a crucial element, no, for energy production, primarily during the mitochondrial process of respiration. Okay. 20. The oxygen cycle helps to regulate water levels in the environment, support cellular respiration and sustain life, increase atmospheric pollution only, or D, decrease soil erosion. Obviously, ang sagot natin for number 20 is that the oxygen cycle helps to support cellular respiration and sustain life. 21, which natural cycle involves the movement of phosphorus through the environment? Siyempre, from the term itself, movement of phosphorus, it refers to the phosphorus cycle. In the phosphorus cycle, what is the primary source of phosphorus for living organisms? Saan ba nanggagaling ang phosphorus na meron tayo in our environment as of the moment? Atmospheric gases, soil and rocks, water bodies, decomposing organic matter. Phosphorus primarily came from soil and rocks. Okay? So yan ang pinaka-primary source natin. And nangyayari yan or na-release yan in many different ways, kagaya ng weathering. 23, how do plants absorb phosphorus for growth? A, through photosynthesis, B, through respiration, C, through absorption from the soil or water, or D, through decomposition of organic matter. For question number 23, ang sagot natin dito ay absorption from the soil or water. 24, phosphorus cycle is essential for balancing atmospheric gases, supporting cellular processes and DNA synthesis, maintaining ocean currents, or preventing soil erosion. Ang phosphorus ay essential for the support, no, into cellular processes, including the DNA synthesis. Makikita ninyo, you can recall from your major subjects that yung inorganic phosphate, no, or the phosphate itself is uh, essential, no, in the process of the synthesis of the deoxyribonucleic acid, no, for living things. 25. In the phosphorus cycle, what role do decomposers play? Banggit na natin ito kanina, but this time we talk about the phosphorus cycle. So it's just the same, no? They break down organic matter and release phosphorus back into the soil or water. 26. How does the sulfur cycle contribute to environmental balance? A, by regulating atmospheric pressure. B, by supporting plant growth. C, by maintaining soil pH levels. Or D, by recycling sulfur between living organisms and the environment. Our answer here is letter D, by recycling sulfur between living organisms and the environment. 27. Which of the following is a significant source of sulfur in the environment? A, volcanic eruptions. B, photosynthesis by plants. D, decomposition of organic matter. Or D, animal respiration. Ang karamihan ng sulfur na nakikita natin sa ngayon ay ang primary source po niyan ay volcanic eruptions. So, the sulfur is actually emitted, no, during pag nagkakaroon po ng eruption, or kahit na hindi yung general or yung massive na eruption, but from time to time any emission coming from volcanic activity will contribute, no, to the release of sulfur back into the environment. 28. In the sulfur cycle, what process releases sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere? A, photosynthesis. B, respiration by animals. C, volcanic eruptions and industrial process. Or D, decomposition of organic matter. Obviously, sagot natin dito ay letter C, kagaya ng kaninang sagot. 29. What is the primary way sulfur is returned to the Earth's surface? Through precipitation, through absorption by plants, through decomposition, through atmospheric deposition, or D, through erosion of rocks. Paano nga ba na ibabalik sa Earth's surface? Let's letter D, through erosion of rocks. Question 30. Which natural cycle is responsible for the movement of minerals, nutrients, and organic matter from the ocean floor to the surface and back again? Carbon cycle, water cycle, nitrogen cycle, or oceanic circulation cycle. Yan. So from the keyword, the movement of minerals from the ocean to the surface, it's an oceanic circulation cycle. 31. What is the primary driving force behind oceanic circulation? Wind patterns, Earth's rotation, Moon's gravitational pull, or D, volcanic activity? Keyword, driving force behind oceanic circulation. Ang oceanic circulation ay primarily driven by the prevailing wind patterns. So kung ano yung wind pattern na umiiral for a particular region, Earth's region, that regulates or that created yung kanyang climate, ito din yung nagbibigay ng puwersa, no, para magkaroon ng oceanic circulation. And generally, ito ay may factor ng Earth's rotation, but it's not really a driving force, unlike the effect of the wind patterns. 32. In the oceanic circulation cycle, nutrients from the ocean floor are brought to the surface through a process known as A, upwelling, B, downwelling, C, eutrophication, or D, tidal movement. Ang tawag natin dito ay upwelling, no? Upwelling. It's how, no, the nutrients from the ocean floor are brought to the surface in the process of upwelling. Kung pwedeng magkaroon ng massive na earthquake, halimbawa, that triggers a certain tsunami, it will create, no, an upwelling activity, no, that would brought up yung nutrients at the bottom of the ocean back into the surface. How does upwelling contribute to marine ecosystems? A, decreases nutrient availability. it increases water temperature, it brings nutrients to the surface and support marine life, or D, it disrupts ocean currents. Obviously, sagot natin dito ay letter C, it brings nutrients to the surface supporting marine life. Over time, lahat po ng mga nadideposit na organic matter because doon na nadideposit yung mga different mga dead animals or any other organic matter na produkto or isinama ng runoff water na napunta sa bodies of water, lahat yun ay madideposit sa baba. Now, what will happen is that in order for this material to be used up again, kailangan mo ng upwelling na process. That would bring nutrient to the surface and will thereby support marine life. Which of the following is not a component of the phosphorus cycle? Soil and rocks, water bodies, atmosphere, or the living organisms? It's the atmosphere. Soil and rocks, andyan ang phosphorus. Water bodies will carry itong mga soil and rocks na to, kasama na yung mga different sediments containing phosphorus into the different landforms. And ganun din, if this phosphorus will be absorbed by the living organisms, they too will be part of the process of the cycle. 35, what is the primary way that phosphorus enters the soil? A, through atmospheric deposition, B, through volcanic eruption, C, through erosion of rocks, or D, through plant respiration. Ang sagot natin dito ay through erosion of rocks. Which of the following statements about the nitrogen cycle is true? A, nitrogen gas is the primary form of nitrogen used by plants. B, denitrification converts nitrogen gas into a usable form for plants. Or C, nitrogen-fixing bacteria convert atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. And letter D, decomposes release nitrogen gas into the atmosphere. Okay. Ang tamang sagot natin dito is that nitrogen fixing bacteria convert atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. Okay. 37. The conversion of ammonia into nitrate ions is known as, ayan. Ang tawag natin dyan is nitrification. Okay. Nitrification. Kasi ammonia muna bago naging nitrate ions. Nitrogen fixation is from nitrogen directly into nitrate. So if I'm not mistaken with the proper definition. Which of the following process is responsible for returning nitrogen gas to the atmosphere? Nitrification, denitrification, nitrogen fixation, ammonification. Tawag natin ay denitrification. So pabalik na yung nitrogen into the atmosphere. Pero pag kino-convert siya into a usable form, like in the form of nitrates, ang tawag natin dito ay nitrification or nitrogen fixation. In the phosphorus cycle, what is the primary form of phosphorus that plants absorb? A, phosphate ions, B, phosphorus gas, C, phosphoric acid, or D, phospholipids. Ang sagot natin for number 39 ay phosphate ion. So in the form of ion siya bago siya ma-absorb ng mga plants. And finally, which of the following is a natural process that contributes to the release of phosphorus from rocks? Weathering, volcanic eruptions, plant respiration, or D, human activities. Sagot natin dito ay, kaya nga yung rocks ay nagkakaroon ng weathering para ma-breakdown yung kanyang iba't ibang mga components at may gamit itong mga composition na yan for plant or animal use. Alright? So very quick yan mga ka-PTEC. Maraming salamat. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and share our video, our link sa inyo pong mga kakilala so that more will be able to get at least additional support sa inyong preparation para po sa upcoming licensure examination for teacher. Okay? Good luck, future LPTs, and we pray that you will be able to pass this upcoming licensure examination. All right? Diyan po nagtatapos mga ka-PTEC ang ating diskusyon, and again I am Sir Willie, and I'm looking forward that you will still follow po yung ating YouTube channel, and please try to share po yung ating content sa iba para mas marami pa po tayong matutunan. Maraming maraming salamat mga kapitek, and see you sa susunod pa ng mga videos.